Mr. Alessandro Profumo, thank you so much for coming to our new London headquarters and for speaking to Bloomberg.
It's a great pleasure. It's also very nice.
Talk to me in general. How's business? You have various divisions. You have a share price that hasn't been performing as much as it could have. Do you see the light coming at the end of the tunnel?
No, for sure. First of all, there is no tunnel. We had to have a profit warning in November. I joined the company in May. There were some technical problems and external problems in the helicopter division, so we tackled this problem, and we have, I should say, almost fixed all the problems, and we had a great success in the helicopter division just 1 week ago, even less than 1 week ago, on Wednesday. We signed a very important contract in Qatar for 3 billion euros. As a prime, which is really a great success for us. So this is a demonstration on how strong is our helicopter business.
But talk to me about numbers. How big will growth be in the helicopter business in 12 months, 18 months from now?
We gave targets for 2020 and 2022. We have a significant growth rate in the helicopter division, and in 2020 we will be back at double-digit return on sales, which is very important for us. I have to say that in the civil world we were already growing because in a market which was shrinking due to the oil and gas, we took market share with our intermediate helicopters. We had some weakness in terms of orders and revenues in the on the military side. This Qatar contract clearly is very, very important. The first delivery of the helicopter for this order will be in 2022. So this is a business with very long cycles.
Where do you see the next order coming from? Will it still be in the Middle East, or is there a specific region? Is it Asia?
Yes, clearly, Asia, Pacific and Middle East are very important markets for us. The largest growth in the plan is in US, because we have to remember that in US we have DRS, our defense electronic company, which is performing very, very well now. And so also US is very important as a market. Then we have Italy, for sure. We have UK, where we have 7,000 people. So we are very differentiated. We have always to remember that in Italy we sell only 18% of our revenue base, so we are a very international company.
Do international politics make a big difference longer term on your industry? So you see a rising China, you see a Russia which seems more combative. How are the tectonic plates in geopolitics changing demand for your business?
Unfortunately, this is a business that do have a positive trend when there are tension. And I should say, as a citizen, that today is a period in which there are different tensions.
And you expect that to grow?
Hopefully not the tensions, but the market will grow.
Talk to me about your financing. How's that going?
We are performing very well. We have just closed a negotiation on our credit line, which is not used, is a facility we have, is a revolving credit facility that we use only in a specific case. We are mainly funded on the bond market. And in 2017 we have done two important steps. One has been the buyback for American bonds, which were very expensive. So we have a net positive value of this buyback, which is in the range of 200 million euros. And on the other side, we renegotiated this credit facility, revolving credit facility with the banking system. We extended the expiring date to 2022, and we reduced a little bit the amount because it's not necessary. So we went down from 2 billion to 1.8 billion. The offer was more than twice than that, and we reduced the cost. So we are continuously reducing the cost of our debt, and we are reducing the debt as well.
How often do you look at your share price? Do you see your share price as a measure of success?
The share price is incredibly important because the shareholders are one of our key stakeholders. So clearly we are not happy with the performance of the stock, but it's our role my role and the management team role to perform on the plan, and I'm sure that if we will be capable to deliver, and I'm sure that we will deliver, this will be positive for the stock price.
Do you think there's an Italian discount because of the political situation? You were quick to point out that actually 18% of your sales are done, so you're very international, but you're still listed in Italy.
But there is a small discount because we have 30% of our shareholder base, which is the Italian government. And I think that there is a small discount for all the companies owned by the government. Personally, I think that to have the government as a key shareholder is incredibly important for us, because we have to remember that we are exporting or selling abroad, because something is produced abroad as well, 82% of our revenues. But also we are, the key customers for us are government. So to have the government as a long-term shareholder is incredibly important in order to create these relations on which are based our commercial activities.
But do you think your company has a perception problem with investors? Do they have a perception of the restructuring plan which is wrong?
No, for sure our company do have a problem because in the past has been volatile in terms of performance. So we have to rebuild the trust in the company. Also the fact that we have done a profit warning has been a problem in this perspective. So I think that now we have presented a plan. It's a plan with solid growth, a 6% compound rate of growth both on the orders and on the revenues. In terms of EBITDA is between 8 and 10%, so it's quite relevant. We have to deliver on that, and we will rebuild the trust.
Talk to me about Brexit. So you have a huge exposure to the UK. Will it be affected by Brexit?
We are a little bit worried for Brexit in terms of cost of people. Clearly, if there will be any lower possibility for engineers and skilled people to move from other countries to UK and vice versa, this will increase our cost base.
Do you know by how much? Have you modeled it? Or?
No, today we received a lot of reassurance that this will not happen, that skilled people will continue to be very well welcome here in UK, so hopefully this wouldn't happen, but this is one of the worries we have. Secondly, clearly there has been a significant devaluation of the pound, and this can create some constraint in terms of procurement, and the UK government is an important customer for us. And third, for us it's important that UK will remain part of the European programs. For instance, there are many discussions on the new European fighter. Today no decision has been taken, but in the case for us would be important that UK will remain part of such a program.
But given the negotiations so far between the UK and the EU, do you think that they will be part of it or not?
When the negotiation will be finalized, we will be capable to judge. Today is a hope I have that they will remain part of the European programs. The UK will remain part of the European programs because I think this is very relevant for UK and for the rest of Europe.
Talk to me about cooperation with France in aerospace. How's that going?
We have a joint venture with Thales, which is performing quite well. You know that we have a Thales Alenia Space, where they have the majority. We have a Telespazio, where we have the majority. We are working quite well together, because the competition is quite strong, so we are always trying to understand on how we can improve our commercial capability. But the cooperation with Thales is really good.
Mr. Profumo, if there was something out of your plan, just one thing that you had to choose to actually show investors that everything's back on track, what would it be?
I think that what we have already achieved with Qatar is very important, because many worries were related to the helicopter division. I think that we have to be capable to show the fact that on the cost side, so because some people were thinking you are now focused on the growth of revenues and orders and you reduce the focus on the cost side, while we have a strong focus as well on the cost side. And we have to be capable to demonstrate that we can do both, revenue growth and cost management.
Mr. Profumo, thank you so much.
Many, many thanks. It's always a pleasure to be here.